Have you ever been in that situation where all you wanted was simply to urinate in peace, but instead of relief, what you get is pain, burning, and that constant feeling that your bladder never really empties? If that sounds familiar, I want you to stay with me until the end of this video, because what I'm about to share could be the turning point you've been waiting for in your urinary health. And no, this isn't a miracle ad or an empty promise. It's real knowledge based on science, clinical practice, and something most people have no idea about. Let me break the ice with you. A lot of people think that feeling pain, burning, or a constant urge to urinate is something normal, especially at night or early in the morning. But I need to tell you an uncomfortable truth. It's not normal, and worse, it could be sabotaging your sleep, your energy, and even your quality of life without you realizing it. A urinary tract infection is sneaky, silent, and often comes back when you least expect it. Maybe you've already taken antibiotics and thought it was all resolved, but after a few days or weeks, there it is again, bothering you, bringing pain, making you lose entire nights of rest. Now, imagine your surprise when you find out that what you believed was healthy, natural, and even recommended for your health could actually be making your UTI symptoms worse. That's exactly what I want to talk about here. A fruit consumed by millions of people every single day may actually be irritating your bladder even more and feeding the bacteria causing the problem. As a doctor, I have to admit, I was shocked when I saw the effects it can have on those who already suffer with this kind of infection. And that's why I need you to stay until the end. Because it's not just about revealing which fruit this is, but about understanding why what we put on our plate can be just as decisive for bladder health as any medication. If you suffer from burning when urinating, if you've spent sleepless nights with abdominal pain, or if you're tired of feeling like a UTI is controlling your life, I promise that what you'll hear here can completely change the way you deal with the problem. So hold on tight, because what comes next might be the information that helps you regain your peace, your confidence, and your intimate health. Before continuing, let me ask you something important. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click right now on the subscribe button, because our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And only then will I be able to bring more serious, high-quality content fully focused on your urinary health. And one more thing, I need your help with comment right down below. I want to beat urinary infection. This is crucial, so YouTube understands this video is relevant and shares it with more people suffering with the same problem. I need at least 100 comments so this message can reach those who need it most. So don't wait. Comment right now and let's go together on this. Now, let's get into the subject. Have you ever thought about how a UTI doesn't choose time or place and can simply turn your life upside down? Waking up in the middle of the night with an urgent need to go to the bathroom, feeling that burning pain like fire inside, or worse, spending the whole day stuck with the sensation that you never fully empty your bladder. That's not just discomfort. That's your body screaming for attention. And this is where the danger lies. Many people think it's enough to take a pill, drink a tea, or eat something they heard was good, and boom, problem solved. But as a doctor, I need to warn you, this mentality might be sabotaging you, because there are foods, including some fruits, that instead of helping, actually irritate the bladder lining even more and prolong the suffering. In other words, you think you're taking care of yourself, but in reality, you're feeding the infection. This is the point I want you to understand once and for all. Urinary health doesn't just depend on antibiotics. It also depends on your daily choices. What you eat, how much water you drink, and even what you avoid can be the dividing line between controlling the infection or remaining its prisoner. If there's one thing we all learned early on, it's that fruits are good for health. Who hasn't heard the phrase, eat fruits every day? They're associated with vitamins, energy, immunity, and even disease prevention. And of course, that's true in many cases. But here's the detail almost nobody talks about. When it comes to urinary health, especially for those already suffering from UTIs, not all fruits are so harmless. I know, it may sound strange. After all, you've probably reached for a natural juice when feeling unwell, believing you were strengthening your body. Often, friends, family, or even the internet repeat the same idea. Drink fruit juice. It helps clean you out. But here's the truth. The bladder doesn't react the same way to every food, and certain fruits can irritate an already inflamed and sensitive bladder even more. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Your intention is good. You think you're helping yourself, but the result is the opposite. And that's something I often see in the clinic. Patients reporting that their symptoms got worse after eating certain fruits, precisely the ones they believed were helping them. That's when the realization starts to hit. It's not enough to think of foods in general. We need to think of their direct impact on urinary health. And I want you to remember this. If you suffer from pain when urinating, burning, constant urgency, and recurrent UTIs, paying attention to this detail could be the difference between weeks of suffering and a faster, smoother recovery. Now we reach a crucial point almost nobody talks about honestly. Many believe that simply eating more fruit strengthens the body and cleans the system. But when it comes to urinary infection, this logic can become a dangerous trap because some fruits have properties that further irritate the inflamed bladder lining, increasing burning, urgency, and even lower abdominal or back pain. And it's not just irritation. In some cases, the excess natural sugar in certain fruits works like fuel for bacteria. It's like feeding the enemy without realizing. The result? The infection takes longer to go away, symptoms get worse, and in some cases, it comes back shortly after treatment. That explains why so many people live in an endless cycle of relief and relapse, even while taking medication. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine your bladder has small internal sores caused by inflammation. If you pour an acidic substance on them, like from certain fruits, what happens? Pain, irritation, even stronger burning. And that's exactly what many patients report, thinking they're caring for their health, but actually making things worse. Here's the turning point I want to bring you. Not everything natural is automatically good for your urinary health. You need to understand how each food acts in the body, and, especially, in the bladder environment. A urinary tract infection is a serious problem and cannot be treated with myths or quick fixes. And here's the truth. The fruit that could be worsening your UTI is one of the most popular in the world, the orange, and similarly, other citrus fruits like pineapple and lemon. I know you may be surprised because oranges have always been seen as a symbol of health, vitamin C, and immunity. But when it comes specifically to urinary health, the story is different. The point is, oranges are extremely acidic. When your bladder is already inflamed by a UTI, that acidity acts like fuel for pain and irritation. Imagine pouring lemon juice on a skin cut. It stings, hurts, and delays healing. That's exactly what happens inside your bladder when you eat oranges or drink citrus juice during an infection. On top of that, excess fructose, the fruit's natural sugar, can actually feed the bacteria already in your urinary tract. Instead of fighting the problem, you may be helping the infection stick around longer. Many patients report their symptoms worsened right after drinking citrus juices, never imagining their natural cure was actually turning into a villain. And it's not just patient stories. Medical studies confirm that highly acidic foods, especially during an inflammatory process, intensify pain and irritation. That's why, in my practice, one of the first recommendations I make to recurrent UTI patients is to reduce or cut citrus fruits until the infection is under control. This doesn't mean oranges are bad for health in general. They have many benefits, but during a urinary infection, they can be poison for your bladder. The key is knowing when and how to consume them, understanding that every stage of the body requires specific care. And it's natural to ask, but is this proven or just another internet myth? And I want to be very clear. It's not a myth, it's science. Multiple studies in urology and clinical nutrition have shown that acidic foods like oranges, lemons, and pineapple can worsen UTI symptoms. Why? Because the acidity changes the urine's pH, making it more irritating to the bladder lining. In a healthy bladder, this effect might go unnoticed. But with inflammation already caused by bacteria, that acidity acts like gasoline on a fire. increasing pain and urgency. And the fructose, orange's natural sugar, also matters. Research shows bacteria like E. coli, the main cause of UTIs, use sugars to multiply faster. So by eating lots of citrus fruits during an infection, you may be giving these bacteria extra fuel to keep attacking your urinary tract. In daily practice, I see this constantly. Patients come saying, "Doctor, I drank orange juice because I thought it would make me stronger, but I woke up in even more pain." It's impressive how much difference this detail makes in treatment. Often, just adjusting diet and removing acidic foods temporarily reduces symptoms drastically in a matter of days. That doesn't mean you should never eat these fruits again. They have real benefits for immunity and overall health. The point is timing. When you're in a UTI flare-up, your body needs foods that soothe, calm, and strengthen your bladder, not provoke more inflammation. So, what can you eat without fear? That's where the good news comes in. Some fruits can actually be true allies for your bladder. Cranberries, for example, contain proanthocyanidins that prevent E. coli from sticking to the bladder wall. Watermelon, melons, pears, and berries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries are hydrating, gentle on the bladder, anti-inflammatory, and protective. But beyond food, hydration is key. Drinking enough water dilutes urine, reduces irritation, and helps flush bacteria. Avoid holding urine for too long. Practice proper hygiene, front to back for women, wear breathable cotton underwear, and never stop antibiotics too early. Because here's the truth, small daily choices can make the difference between endless suffering or regaining control of your intimate health. So if this video made sense to you, subscribe right now, because our goal is 1,000 subscribers. And only with your help can I keep bringing serious, science-based content. Hit like so YouTube shows this video to others silently suffering with UTIs, and comment below, "I choose to take care of my urinary health." That comment could help spread this message to those who need it most. And before you go, there's another secret about urinary health hardly anyone talks about, and I've prepared a special video revealing it. It's already on your screen. Click it now, and you'll be surprised at what might be happening in your body without you even knowing. The bottom line, UTIs are not normal. Ignoring them risks kidney infections and serious complications. But there is hope. Small daily choices in diet, hydration, and hygiene can break the cycle of relapse. So don't ignore your body's signals. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.